Are you ready for the next matchup of the evening?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep it moving on here for our first MMA.
Let's not waste any time. 3 3-minute rounds in the bantamweight division, sponsored by Santos Chiropractic. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, Nasib Badakhshi.
So Nasib from Afghanistan, he has a 2-week fight camp, and he's also 22 years old, stepping to the cage here for our first MMA bout here tonight.
Yeah, listen, the adversity that this guy has had to overcome, moving from Afghanistan to the States, this guy right here, I'm willing to bet, whether he is on the ground on his back, controlling the fight, top mount, whatever you want to put him in, this guy is going to stay calm and make sure that he overcomes whatever is put in front of him.
Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting fight here. Our first MMA bout at 135 pounds, so 20 pounds lighter than the kickboxing match that we just saw, and our first amateur MMA bout here at the Rumble at JJ's Live.
Yeah, listen, this atmosphere right now at JJ's Live is amazing. You've got the seats above us, the seats all around us, multiple bars, TV screens up to watch the fight if you're sitting at the bar, the outdoor patio. I think we're just a couple of minutes away from the University of Arkansas here in Fayetteville, their campus. Just all around a beautiful night, a great atmosphere, and I'm just so excited that we got to be here tonight to call these fights.
Deep in the heart of Northwest Arkansas, home of the Razorbacks, and obviously a lot of Arkansas fans here in this college town ready to watch some MMA action here on a Saturday night.
And we will have Rocky DeMeyer refereeing every one of these fights tonight, so you'll hear us refer to him as just Rocky at times.
It's Cody Ragain.
Cody Ragain coming out right now, and jiu-jitsu-based fighter. So from Ragain, Oklahoma, making his debut here tonight.
Yeah, coming out of Ragain, Oklahoma, these guys have this different type of toughness to them. All those guys there in Miami, you know, the guys that play football, especially people that I have got to grow up with in camps, they've just got this different type of toughness. They've got this grit about them. This is going to be a very exciting fight. Don't be surprised to see much of this fight on the ground.
Very interesting walkout music with Nickelback.
Listen, I don't care what people say. I like Nickelback.
You know, Nickelback is a preferred taste. Some people like them. If you're Aaron Rodgers for the New York Jets, apparently you hate them. But it is an acquired taste. Some people like it, some people hate it. But whatever gets you amped to come to the cage, right?
So Cody wearing the white and the blue trunks. And I'm going to try to say his name, Fayetteville Ar wearing the black and white.
Going to kick it back to Gregory Taylor, announcing ring.
Sponsored by Santos Chiropractic. One more time, let's get loud, let's get rowdy, and let's introduce your fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner, he is a jiu-jitsu specialist. He comes into tonight's matchup with a record of 1 win and 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, he represents meta martial arts. Ladies and gentlemen, Nasib Badakhshi. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He comes into tonight's matchup with a record of 1 win and 1 loss. Weighs in tonight at 141 pounds, and he represents Ragain MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Ragain, Oklahoma, make the noise for Cody Ragain.
So 2 1-1 fighters as Nasib gets ready to fight Cody Ragain here in our first MMA bout of the evening. 3 rounds, 3 minutes apiece at 135 pounds.
Yeah, Nasib coming in with only a 2-week camp for this fight. We will see how this plays out for him. If
aggressive early here by Ragain as he's just ready to push up Nasib against the cage, and this is really aggressive starting up here. I don't know if something was said before the fight or a big takedown. Oh my God!
Cody in the side control off the slam, now goes in the top mount.
Yeah, full mount here for Cody Ragain, looking to end this quickly. Big shots here.
Nasib fighting to get off of that. It's important for him to stay calm, but he is going to have to weather a lot of shots. Cody's going to be bringing him down.
Maintaining control in the top mount here. Now he was in a rear mount, back on top mount again for Ragain, and we continue this fight here with solid ground control.
Nasib working his way up the fence. Now Cody's taking his back.
Looks like we may have an arm here. I don't know if he's trying to go for a side choke or...
Now Cody's controlling his fight. Nasib doing a really good job of moving. It's really important for him to just keep moving. Try to get to your feet. Try to move around. Get a different situation for you other than just laying on your back and taking punches.
But if you're Nasib, though, you really have to balance out your energy. You don't want to waste too much trying to exert too much because you don't want to wear out as round 2 and round 3 come up.
That is true, but here's the thing with being on your back and taking ground strikes. When you're standing up and you get hit in the face, you get hit in the face. When you're on your back and someone's on top of you hitting you in the face, now the back of your head is bouncing off the canvas. One punch can make 2 different types of impact.
Yeah, it'd almost be like a whiplash effect, or like if you've watched MMA before, it's like a chicken head effect, if you will, because the head bounces like a basketball.
And Cody's now trying to set up a submission. Nasib is really fighting, keeping that arm, and we're seeing that shoulder, that wrist get pushed back to where that shoulder and that elbow is going to be at a point where it's going to be stuck under Cody's leg.
Heavy shots in the side mount here as Ragain has just gained control all this first round when he got that takedown. Just been dominating here.
Yeah, Cody's trying to get his right leg over Nasib's right arm. That way there's no way he can block the punches. If that happens, it's going to be tough, and you might see a stoppage via punches for Cody.
Building leverage with his right arm, and it looks like he's trying to get him in some sort of choke here from side control.
Yeah, it's really important for Nasib to keep that right there. Right, you see him pushing his face, keeping those hands up. He's just got to survive this round, but right now this is not looking good for Nasib. This could end at any second if Cody just connects one.
And Cody just turning around, trying to get back in the round. A heavy shot there as they were escaping.
And he's got the standing guillotine.
He does have the standing guillotine. Is he going to tap out here? Drops him down to where?
Oh, and there he's got it locked.
Yeah.
No, Nasib, he's doing a good job of turning. He's just got to keep turning to his right and tuck the chin into Cody's body.
So Nasib escaping actually on top control to end the round, which dominant round there for Cody Ragain as we enter round 2.
And there is the horn. Let me tell you something, that fight could have ended with 2 different submissions, and that right when Cody was getting him set up, he decided he's going to go with the ground and pound technique. I look for this next round to go straight to that.
So back to the SSN replay, and you can just see here, aggressive takedown by Cody Ragain, gets Nasib up against the cage and just throws him down violently.
That was just an incredible slam, but notice the technique. Hitting the slam and immediately being in side control, throwing the leg over to where you're in a top mount. That was such great technique by Cody, but good job to Nasib for just continuing to fight.
If you're in Nasib's corner, what do you tell him, and what does he have to do to maintain his energy level in round 2?
I think you got to tell him to look for the takedown, and anytime Cody tries to push you into the cage to get that takedown set up, you've got to start going with some shots of your own. Try to apply the pressure back to him, and maybe we'll see Nasib go for a takedown of his own. He did look like he was comfortable on the ground. He did a good job of fighting off of his back.
Toward the end of the round, able to escape that and really get out of the guillotine choke because it was a standing guillotine by Cody Ragain. He was able to escape that and end up on top mount at the end of round number 1. Entering round number 2 now, and Ragain clearly had to be a 10-9 round in that case, if not a 10-8, but we'll see how everything goes with round number 2 here.
Yeah, this is the type of fight where you can watch 2 guys walk into an octagon and say, yeah, both of these are some tough dudes.
Ragain, again, being aggressive like he was at the beginning of the fight in round 1.
Nasib really going for that right straight and the right hook. I'm willing to bet Cody here is just kind of waiting until he can get a hold of him, and they're going to try to take this back to the ground.
So Ragain with a couple shots there, and he has a knee to
great kick.
Yep, great kick there, and Nasib ready to counter that.
Nasib throwing some calf kicks of his own. Cody doing a good job of checking that last kick and getting the check up for the second one. No, getting those kicks checked is not a good feeling, and you've seen it at the pro level, UFC. A lot of times those check kicks can lead to broken legs.
So big shots here from both fighters as they're trying to establish control of the cage here. Ragain trying to counter with a leg kick of his own. Nasib comes back with 2. And the leg kicks is something that we didn't see in round 1.
Yeah, someone's going to have to help these guys to their vehicles in the parking lot because these calves are going to be wrecked both of them exchanging kicks, and both of them checking a few. But now we got Cody, who has Nasib up against the fence. Be looking for a takedown, and especially be looking for the ground and pound once he gets there.
Yeah, like he did in round one with the heavy slam that he had in that opening round. Now I got him up against the cage here and looking to make the most of it.
Now you can see right here, Nasib's head is on top of Cody's head. Now, but what Cody is going to try to do is he's going to try to get a leg, and Nasib is going to try to counter it by swinging his leg over. And there you go.
Cody able to get that takedown. It looked like Nasib was able to really get out of it for a second, but Cody not giving up.
Now, Nasib's got a hold of that arm. He's not going to want to let go, because if he does, Cody's going to try to swing that leg over, and he's going to go right back to the ground and pound. Nasib has really got to do a good job of focusing, of flipping himself over, but that takes a lot of energy. And when you get that pressure that Cody has right there by putting his lower body on his shoulder, it's going to make it impossible for that push-off to happen.
Just a little bit over a minute left, so Cody could get a full minute plus of control time here to end the second round, and that would be another round that would go into his favor.
Yeah, this is 3 rounds, and if you are looking for a decision win, this would be a way to do it. But I don't think either Cody or Nasib is looking for that. Cody's going to want to try to knock this guy out. Nasib's going to weather the storm, and he looks like he's being pretty methodical about it. He could be tired. He did only have a 2-week camp.
Yeah, so a 2-week camp, and then he looked fatigued there as he was trying to kick out of the takedown off of the cage. But, again, Cody just dominated here, and it looks like he's trying to go for a submission hold.
Yeah, but Nasib's doing a good job. If he gets that head out free, he's going to counter this and end up taking Cody's back. All he's got to do is do a good job of, and there's the blocks right there. But what I was going to say, he's got to do a good job of getting his head free from the armpit.
Cody trying to get some shots in the round here, and I do believe it would be another 10-9 for Cody going into round 3.
Round 2 is over. And there it was again, the ground and pound and the takedown by Cody, and Nasib just having to try to survive off of his back.
Looking at the SSN replay here, and then so Nasib able to get that, but Cody just not stopping with the takedown and was able to establish ground control for round 2.
You know, it's very clear what Cody wants to do in this fight. He wants to get on his feet, get in real close, and take you to the ground, and he wants to ground and pound off of side control or top mount. Nasib, this is the last round for him in this fight. It does not look like he's going to win this fight based off of the previous 2 rounds. He's going to have to go for a finish.
Fatigue kicking in there as he was trying to kick off of the cage to get out of that takedown, but had literally nothing.
Yeah, and you know, these guys could be gassed. This is a lot different than 3 2-minute rounds of kickboxing. Wrestling and grappling just completely zaps so much energy out of you. It's a lot different fighting on the ground than it is standing on your feet and trying to time kicks and punches.
And there's so much strategy involved. Like, you watch these UFC cards and you have casual fans that will boo it, but they don't understand the strategy involved, what ground game does to drain a fighter.
Exactly. And just because you're in at 135 pounds does not mean that you are currently weighing 135 pounds while you're fighting.
Round 3 underway. Ragain immediately going for the takedown here as we start the third and final bout.
Yeah, Cody doing a good job of staying aggressive and not getting complacent. Nasib grabbing the
big slam by Cody Ragain there, just like round 1.
And Nasib grabbed the fence, but it didn't matter because Cody regained it, and now he's going to try to get that right leg over, which he does.
Back in full mount, and Ragain can put in work here with a tired Nasib on the ground.
Yeah, Nasib is breathing really heavily in through his mouth right now. You can see that he is gassed from having to fight off his back for 2 straight rounds, now going into a third one.
2 bridges there by Nasib, but he is definitely running out of energy here. Just dominant ground game each of the first 2 rounds, and now in the third round, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You know, this is where a lot of guys will try to learn some submissions off their back in case they get into situations like this. You're going to want to have something in your pocket that you can go to at any time with a submission off your back. However, if you're Cody, you're going to want to just keep the pressure and keep moving. The person who stays still the longest while on the ground right now is going to be the person who suffers this round the most.
And so much energy being exerted there, trying to escape. I think, obviously, when you are in a wrestling match or a grappling match and you're being dominated like this, the more time you have to escape, the more energy being exerted as he tries to kick off the cage again.
Yeah, and Cody's doing a good job of not throwing too many punches. That way when Nasib tries to slip out, he can be there. And Nasib does escape. Cody right back on the attack.
Cody just ruthlessly aggressive. He just tackles him again. He's like, oh, you want to get up? I got something more for you.
You know, it's just something about those guys from Vian. They're really gritty and really tough, and they're just going to keep going after something until they get the job done. Nasib, you know, he's got just a minute left in this fight. He's going to have to get that Hail Mary shot off or get a quick submission.
So 60 seconds remaining, but already got to be at least a minute of control time here for Cody Ragain as he is dominating this round and looks to finish to get a 30-27 scorecard here.
Yeah, Nasib's trying to get his right leg over to the left side of Cody's face to try to get that head broke free. But now what Cody's doing is getting hit. He's taking the back.
Could go rear naked choke here.
Nasib rolls over, and now what happens is you lose taking his back, but you do gain the top mount.
Full top mount there, dominant position, and then rolling back around to where neither of those are good if you're Nasib. It's just either you get rear naked choke or you give up top guard.
Yeah, and you know, with Nasib breathing so heavily from his mouth, taking the shots that he's taking, I think the best thing for him right now in the rest of this fight with 10 seconds left is just try to get one good shot off.
Fight wrapping up here as you hear the 10-second timer go off. And just a dominant performance by Cody Ragain as he will win tonight's bout.
Yeah, those first 3 or 4 he actually missed. He did land those last 2. This does look like it's leading towards Cody winning this fight by decision.
Going to the Southern Sports Network replay as we look at this dominant ground game by Cody Ragain, and this was the story of the fight all night.
Yeah, this is 3 rounds of just taking somebody to the ground and beating the piss out of them. It's just what it boils down to.
Definitely. You know, as one-sided as you can get, but that's where a dominant wrestling game makes it to where you're able to be on the right side of MMA bouts like that.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of respect to Nasib. I've seen plenty of guys who have trained in gyms, who have been in those situations. They didn't like it. They actually tapped from strikes. And for him to stay in there for 3 rounds and just to keep fighting and trying to figure out a way to where he could get the advantage, I've got a lot of respect for Nasib and the way he fought, even though he spent a lot of time on the ground.
And again, just 22 years old, he has time to improve. You know, this is something where you have a 2-week camp.
Yeah.
This is training by fire. He's thrown into the irons, if you will, and learning it the hard way tonight.
Yeah, and you know, we saw 2 guys that were specialists in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We got to see a lot of that on display, a lot of ground and pound, a lot of transitions, you know, some good takedowns. I really enjoyed that fight. The fans here, I hope they appreciated what they just saw.
Going to Gregory Taylor for the official decision.
Let's go to the official score sheets. The judges score the fight a unanimous decision. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner out of the red corner, Cody Ragain.
Cody Ragain improving to 2-1 with the victory here tonight. We'll probably get a cage in